I didn't see it happen in the way spells happen. No dramatic moment and no darkened room. It came the way the moonlight comes to flatten the shadows gently in the early bloom. You were simply there, and then you weren't simply. You were everywhere inside the ordinary day. The logic of my life began to dimple and soften at the edges in a way. I've tried to trace the moment that it started, the precise and singular and first. But the moon doesn't announce when it has parted the clouds. It only shows you when it's worse. Moon spell, that's what you cast without a word or a gesture. Not the kind that breaks or lifts or fell with the morning, but the permanent and the measure. Moon spell, the kind that changes how the night looks permanently, that makes the dark feel less like dark to tell, that lights the unfamiliar discerningly. Moon spell, and I have stopped looking for the antidote, because some spells are worth the being under, well, worth every bewitched and helpless note. You have this way of standing in a silence that fills the room with something I can't name, a gravity that isn't built on violence, but on the pull of something quiet and untamed. And I have found myself adjusting my direction without deciding and without a map. The way the tides don't question their connection to the moon that holds them in its lap. I've tried to trace the moment that it started, the precise and singular and first. But the moon doesn't announce when it has parted the clouds. It only shows you when it's worst. Moon spell, that's what you cast without a word or a gesture. Not the kind that breaks or lifts or fell with the morning, but the permanent and the measure. Moon spell, the kind that changes how the night looks permanently, that makes the dark feel less like dark to tell, that lights the unfamiliar discerningly. Moon spell, and I have stopped looking for the antidote, because some spells are worth the being under, well, worth every bewitched and helpless note. The moon doesn't try to pull the water, it simply is itself, and the water follows. And you have never tried to make me alter the shape of what I am for all the hollows. You simply are yourself with such completeness, such an unself-conscious and entire way, that I follow with a kind of willing sweetness, bewitched and glad to be, and glad to stay. Moon spell, and I have learned to love the being under, to let the logic of my days unwell into something softer and more full of wonder. Moon spell, the most beautiful enchantment I have worn, not a weight and not a place, place where something new in me was born. Moon spell, and if you ask me to be free of it, I'd say the freedom that I'd rather sell is any life that doesn't carry this. Your moon spell, your particular and quiet light. Your moon spell, the most tender of the spells, the one that makes the darkest night worth every single sleepless moment that it tells.
I've been a restless man for most of my living, a mind that rarely settled for the still. Always reaching, always taking and giving, at a pace that never learned to fulfill. I've tried the remedies that come with distance, the travel and the solitude and the night. I've tried the quiet places of persistence, the meditation and the fading of the light. And nothing held for long before the restless came back in through the window of the mind. And nothing gave the deeper kind of breathless ease that I was always trying to find. Wrapped in the texture of your peace, that's where the running finally comes to stop, where the noise inside begins to cease, and everything I'm carrying can drop. Wrapped in the texture of your peace, it isn't silence and it isn't empty air. It's something with a warmth and a release, something with a presence and a care. Wrapped in the texture of your peace, the most particular and physical of things, like a fabric that was made for my unease, that fits the restless shape of all my strings. I notice at the moment you are near me, a settling that happens in the chest, the way the thoughts that usually appear free suddenly agree to come to rest. It isn't that you silence what is in me, it's more that in your presence it finds ground, the way a river in the open and the windy suddenly goes quiet when it's found. And nothing held for long before the restless came back in through the window of the mind. Nothing gave the deeper kind of breathless ease that I was always trying to find. Wrapped in the texture of your peace, that's where the running finally comes to stop, where the noise inside begins to cease, and everything I'm carrying can drop. Wrapped in the texture of your peace, it isn't silence and it isn't empty air. It's something with a warmth and a release, something with a presence and a care. Wrapped in the texture of your peace, the most particular and physical of things, like a fabric that was made for my unease, that fits the restless shape of all my strings. I have felt the peace of mountains in the early, the particular of dawn before the world begins. I felt the ocean's version widen yearly, the way it takes the weight of everything within. But none of it compares to what you carry, the peace that lives inside the fact of